Welcome to a short video tutorial showing how to calculate the present value and future value of cash flows that are not equal. They are not an annuity. An annuity, the payment has to be equal and has to be made at equal periods. If you look on the computer screen, you'll see that these cash flows are not equal. At first period of T1 is 100, at period T2 is 200, at period 3 T3 it's 200 again, and then finally at period 4 it's 300. Therefore, these will be considered unequal cash flows. Basically, you already have the math knowledge to calculate the present value of these cash flows. The word net gets its name from the fact that you can take each individual period and discount it back at its prospective periods by the interest rate, discount rate, and add them up. So a person doing this longhand math could take the first period 1, the $100, and divide it by 1 plus 10% and discount it back at one period. The second 200 by dividing 1 plus 10 to the second. Hence the third one, again, divide the 200 by the 1.10 to the third, and then finally the fourth period would be 1.10 divided into the 300 to the fourth powered. You can do the same thing for the future value. Just take each individual cash flow and compound it. So the first period here, period 1, would be 100 times 1.10 to the 1, 2, 3 periods, and then again the 200 would be multiplied by 1.10 to the second 1, 2 power, and then period 3 would be to the first power, and then period 4 you just add the $300. Now, in order to have to do so much math, Excel has a formula for determining net present value. I skipped it. There it is. So all we have to do is put in each period. Now here's the rate, 10%, and I just put each value in. Now if you take a look at the value at $90.91 that you see here, really all that is taking this $100 and discounting back at one period. And now it's going to add the next one to it, hence the net present value, and then it's going to go to the next one, and then finally to the last one, and it should be $611.37. We could do the same thing with the Hewlett P calculator, except we're using not the same buttons up here at the top, the time value. We're having to use a new button called cash flow. So we first enter today, or period Z, period 0, and then we place the $100 as period 1, and then the $200 as period 2, and then the $200 as period 3, and then finally the $300 at period 4, and then we put our discount interest rate in. We're using the interest rate button, and then we hit the shift and we do the net present value function, and we get the $611.37 as well. Now, future values is the same as well. Unfortunately, Excel nor the Hewlett-Packard 10B2 calculator has a net future value button. So what I usually show students to do is a shorthand method is basically, is going to finance, and I'm just going to look for future value. Since I already have a present value here for the cash flows, I'm just going to go ahead and place that in as the payment, or the present value, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit the rate as 10%, and then I'm going to shoot it at 4 years and make 0 payment, and now I get $895 would be the future value. Now it's negative because when I place this number in, I left it in as positive, so it made this number negative. The Hewlett-Packard 10B2 is the exact same way. I cleared the initial 611.37 as a negative present value, making it 0 additional payments. It's going to sit for 4 periods at 10%, and the future value is, and there's the same $895